New save day. New save day. We are ready for it. You've seen by the title, you know which team this is going to be. Let's give it up for the return of the big yearly road to glory. This time with the Stags. It's Hartlepool United. Yes, people, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome to the MWS channel, as we are back again with a new Road to Glory save. You might have seen from my last one, if you was a big fan of last year's, we did a huge one with my club Grimsby, unfortunately not in the football leagues no longer, but replaced with Hartlepool United, the team formed in 1908, 1 star on FIFA. Literally no money. They are the poorest club in the game, apart from Barrow, in the English divisions, and I'm not counting that bloody National League Wrexham, who have fit in somehow. It's going to be a big challenge to see what we can do with them. I handpicked them myself. I thought this was going to be a challenge. I tried to buy a kit for this video, but see by this message, I couldn't get it through. Instead, I've ended up looking like Guy out of Free Guy, and we're just going to have to go from here. I've made my manager look like him as well. Got the navy tie, we've got the light blue shirt, tried to get close as possible, as we're going to go straight into this career mode. Like, comment, share, and most importantly, if you are new to the channel, subscribe if you're excited to see what we can do with the Stags. Champions League football, Premier League titles, that's what we aim for. We're in it for the long haul. And as you can see, Victoria Park is set right here. We've gone ahead and made the stadium just the blue seats, which don't really look too great at Town Park, which is now Victoria Park. And no pitch lines, no net colours, not messing around with that crap at the start of this save. That is for when we get higher up in the divisions. I'm diving in, as we do of course play as usually with no international job offers. I've actually never done that. We're going to switch it on to that. Sterling money, disable, no takeover. We're going to start as the second richest club and we're going to build it up. Legendary match difficulty, 4-minute halves, enabled transfer window and strict negotiations. I love it when it's a tough career mode. And here we are, getting our warm welcome to the club. You can see, dressed just like me. I mean, I'm not going to show you what's below this top because you probably do not want to see that, but you can see we've got the light top and the dark blue tie, as they want to put us into, of course, a international little thing to go on to. And that one looks like it's in Germany, more money. Then there's one in Denmark or Scandinavia, wherever it is, and then there's the Austrian one. I'm going to go for more money, although it's going to be a struggle. Still, in this one, we want to try and get as much funds as we can. And of course, we want to look at our squad, as we've got the messages flooding in right here. Oh, this is a good start. We've got the European International Cup thing, important market information, Youth Academy report we can look at. We've also got the vision and expectations we will look at shortly. First scout report, we'll have probably some decent players in it, they always do. And then introductions to career mode. I'd say I know, but with how the last team we started with went and got sacked, I wouldn't say I know. As we will start on the objectives. Not too harsh in this first season. Short term for the youth. Sign 2 players younger than 20 with potential greater average than those already in the current positions, and sign 4 players, 1 to each position. So they kind of do want us to put some emphasis on that. They want us to win 10 games all year. I'm surprised that's very low. I'm going to go for that. I think we should be getting that, although we are a new team. First season, of course, we can't go down, so it's about making foundations. As continental success, none of that. Domestic, finish mid-table and reach the round of 16 of the FA Cup. And then sign 1 crucial player and make a profit of 4.3 million. I've got to check my players are even worth that altogether. Quite difficult, that. As we'll look at his youth players as well, why not? Actually, not too bad, to be fair. We've got a 58 rated Pierre Camara. We've got a Yves Basuio. We've got a Rasham Barigara. Then we've got Maximilian Johansson, a Patrick Angus, and then a Raphael Kolfler. Who, actually, no, I'm going to get rid of him then, but he can actually still grow. All of them straight away onto their drills, as This is the formation and team it's given us. It's a 5 at the back. And another reason that I did, of course, pick out old Hartlepool right here is because they've got a couple of ex-Grimsby boys that we get to say hello to. The first one, Ben Killip, a goalkeeper we got rid of ages ago. He was our backup when McEwen was here, and Dean Henderson made him third choice, I think, and then he left. Very decent keeper, you know. Glad to see him back in the EFL after a little while. We've got Luke Hendry, who's at the club. Very nice to see him. A Grimsby Town player last season when relegated, and I really, really hoped we would have kept hold of him. And then the other one I was thinking of, who should be in this but isn't, is Jordan Cook. I'm guessing the update hasn't put him in the squad. He's literally just signed from Gateshead, which he did go to from Grimsby Town, so yeah, I mean, we can get on without him. He won't be high rated. Speaking of high rated, yeah, Ben Killip, Francis Angol, Ferguson, Featherstone, Shelton, high rated. Oh, and I missed Sterry at right back. I think he looks like he's on loan from Newcastle by the picture that's taken. We've got 63 rated keeper, actually in the reserves as well, who could go ahead of Killip. Luke Hendry is 62, and Bury, who looks like maybe he's from Millwall, is higher rated than Aloma, who's an ex-Scunny player, so I don't know about him, as I've got to try and step rivalries aside. We're looking at a squad right here. We've got a lone player in. Eddie Jones is from Stoke, 19-year-old. Captain is Nicky Featherstone, 32-year-old. Looks pretty okay, you know, high rated. Matt Daly's on loan from Huddersfield. Quite promising on Football Manager, him definitely. Then we've got Will Goodwin on loan from Stoke as well. And Tyler Bury on loan from Millwall. I was correct in saying that, as yeah, two of his best strikers are loan players, so is that the position we focus upon? I've done a little bit of scouting on the players that I did have in mind before starting this save, but let's jump straight into it, shall we? I'm going to have to put everyone on training drills as well, as today's episode primarily pre-season. Get that out of the way, rotate the squads a couple of times going into these pre-season games, and see how we can keep on doing. As we've had a welcome from Nicky Featherstone to the club, that is something I'm going to remember for ages when we're in the Premier League, celebrating that message, as he's going to be in the first team. If you're just a manager that joins a club, you play with the starting 11 that you're just bloody gifted, don't you? Apart from Bury that I changed. I'm going to put Olamola in. Let's give him a chance, Olamola. That's what I'm going to call him from now on, just because I made that mistake of calling him right there, as it's going to be a quick simulation against TSV Helvedse. Let's see how we can do against these. It's a 2-0 loss and a red card. Quayla and Froese with the goals for them. That's just brilliant. That's how we want to go on. And yet a number of players after that game as well going onto the shortlist, which I am trying to rack up and sign off of games, of course, as don't forget to use subs. It's not me coaching, is it? It's not me. As Bohemian are up next, let's get a squad together. As there we have it, there's the squad I've built. You can see just getting players' fitness up really. Then we've got another lot down here to go into the next game. Depending on the result, if we get a really good result, they can stay in, as we're going to go into this game against the Irish side. Please don't let us down. It's a 3-0 defeat. Okay. We have seriously got some building to do. Kelly and Mallon before Devoy got sent off, and Ward still scoring with 10 men. That's not really what we wanted at all, as it's going to be another rotation. You know me, or you'll get to know me with my ever-changing squad. You can see the rest of the players just fitting in there for fitness purposes, as I expect we're already out, but can we get a result? We actually don't. They score literally in the first minute of the game to kill it off. It's Hovey, as we only made one sub in that one. At least we got a bit more domination under the ball, but that's not what it's all about. It's probably about signings right now, and let's see if we can make any before the first game. And for you guys out there who may not be aware of how League 2 works, I've got you covered. It doesn't work exactly like it does in real life in FIFA, because you can't get relegated from it. But you can see there is 7 places lit up right there. And these are all the teams in the division, by the way. First, second and third all go up automatically to League 1. Yes, there's 4 relegated teams from the league above. 4th to 7th all play in the playoffs like usual, the semi-finals and the playoff finals. And then usually in this league, only 2 go down, which isn't much at all. But unfortunately last year for me, it was the team I support that came rock bottom, Grimsby Town. Hopefully in this one, it's Scunthorpe. Sorry Scunthorpe fans, but I do hope you get horrifically relegated this season. I'm not holding back, as Hartlepool are there. We're in 10th as it stands on alphabetical order. So let's see what we can do. We've got business that can be done. We've got players that we can be selling, as we've got an offer straight in for one of our players. It's Shelton, as I haven't had a chance to fully focus on how good our players are and see if we want to keep them or not. It's only 36k plus. Boubacar Fofana, 31-year-old, 65 rated, you know. Not a bad offer, but I think Mark Shelton, we can't be selling players just immediately off the bat who look like our better players. We haven't got many 60 rateds. I'll keep him at the club. Maybe if we do get money in for him, we could sell him, as we need to try and put a squad together. And this is when you get a look at the shortlist, but I have to call the players off it, as we're going to focus on each player at a time. Starting off with Jack Jenkins, a Leeds United 19-year-old player who I do want to approach out on loan, and we can go for the loan. He said he was unwilling to relocate. Didn't want to sign him permanently anyway because of the money that we have. You can see just over 1 million. We've gone from riches to absolutely poor right here, as we're going to go in for a normal loan. Try and take him for a full year, get the most out of the player whilst we're paying his wages, as we're gonna try and nudge towards Leeds paying more, and it's agreed from Bielsa's representative. Should be getting him on loan. Decent first little agreement right there for us, as you might find out as time goes on. I do like to kind of stay in-house, as he's not going to be coming to the club for some reason. I don't get why, but we'll have to move on. I always do like to loan players and buy players from inside of England, because that's what Hartlepool will just do. Sometimes realism just does make the most sense, as we're going to keep on skipping days. Players are getting scouted, but because our scouts are very slow, we're not getting them back. Saying that, 8 comes in on one day. Can we get lucky with this player? Hannibal Mejbri of Man United. Try and get him on loan, as the baby-faced assassin does agree to that. The man who's gone in real life, shaking my hand. But will this one go through? No, it's declined straight away again, which is just what I like to hear. As I've tried to build a team right here, without any players that we've just signed, hopefully will be our strongest. And this is what I'm going to be going into the season with if we don't sign anyone, I suspect and think. But it's down to if we don't sign anyone. And we've also got our own custom tactics on these boys as well. Not taking it lightly. Even though I think in our case it would be very, very hard. Securing promotion in the first season would be absolutely mental, as we've got a decent offer there for Nicky Featherstone, the captain of the club. I always used to get these with McEwen at Grimsby. It's a no-no. You don't sell your veteran captain when you start a career. You build teams to help him out. And of course, I just said it's unlikely we'll win something, but if we do get a trophy, I want him lifting it. I can still dream of silverware, as the time is actually ticking towards the first game of the season, which I haven't even checked. First time clicking on the calendar right here, which will be a thing I do a lot, as we've still got quite a few weeks before Crawley is the first game. Then Sheffield Wednesday from the division above, and even Fleetwood Town in there. Some division above teams in the cups. Not going to be easy challenges, but I can't wait to get them played. As is this the first time the Papa John Trophy's been in this game? I can't remember this being in last year with Grimsby. This is actually good stuff. I mean, the competition isn't. It's awful having under 23s in. Looks like they've took them out here though, and this is the way it should be played. And I'm finding it very difficult to find players at the moment, as we're going to keep on going with our dates. And the only players I am finding are central midfielders, which we don't really need at the moment. You can see Newcastle United as well at the side spending their money. Have they got any other loan players we could get? And it looks like everyone I'm trying to get doesn't want to relocate at this moment in time, but we've found one who may. Emmanuel Ozadibe we can sign from Walsall, 24-year-old Irish midfielder, which, do we really need another midfielder at this moment in time? I definitely say no. You can see how many we've got in this squad, but it's the only player it's bloody letting me buy. So I'm going to stay clear and see if we can get 2 loan boys in right here, Charlie Creswell and Leo Hajelde. As Charlie Creswell, you know, I've gone in rather controversially for a loan to buy. See if we can try and get him on a permanent afterwards. They would like a sell-on clause, which I think I'm going to have to offer a little bit higher because we haven't got the wages to pay. 650 is good figures. 920. Oh, okay. You're going higher up there. I can offer 800k plus that 5%. and it's short. So we're not going to get him, but maybe Hageld. But guess who else rejects us? As I just do need the meme up of the Accrington Stanley manager. Summit Coleman, I think. Just when he says he's out of love with football, because that's just my feeling at the moment, as we've already reached the first game as well. This could have come a little bit later on. I mean, it's rushed straight over my shoulders. No one wants to leave their actual clubs, and we're on to it. So I'm looking at main transfers as well. Almost 100 mil for Moreno. Serge Gnabry, 76 mil. Richarlison, 65. Big offers. As we've got us first team picked for the start of this season as well, which we are going to go with. It's a big ask, but we're going to see what it can do. It is Mitchell in the goal, just over Ben Killip, basically on rating, and he conceded less goals in pre-season, with Sterry at right wing-back, Odusina, Liddell, Francis Angol, and Ferguson. I can't say these names, can I? Holohan, Featherstone, and Shelton, with Goodwin and Bury up front. We're going with the lone duo over Olamola. Molyneux's on the bench, Daly, Smith, Byrne, Hendry and Killip, with Crawford, Ogle, Lawler, Jones, Cullen and Gray in the reserves. Just trying to get used to the names, saying them all. As can we get a result in our first game against Crawley, the 125th anniversary badge for Crawley this year. Let's try and start our big career with Hartlepool United with all 3 points. And you can see our lineup for the final time right there, as Crawley have brought the tracksuits out. See, that's such a nice kit. Hartlepool's kit. I looked all over in my wardrobe for like a white shirt to go with this blue tie, but we settled with what we've got. Unfortunately, couldn't get anything, as Glenn Morris in goal for the away side, George Frankham, Jordan Tunnicliffe, Tom Dallison, Nick Nasarulia, Jack Powell and Jake Hessenthaler, Matthews, Ferry, Nadeson and Nichols up front. Now the danger men for me, Dallison, Hessenthaler, Ashley Nadeson. I saw plenty of those guys last season when I was watching the Grimsby get relegated. I mean, not in person. I'm glad we weren't there in person, as it seems weird without a, of course, line on the pitch. We've gone from playing in the old San Siro's and even Nottingham Forest Stadium, all those like big historic ones, down to Victoria Park in the 4th Division, but I would have it no other way, as Bury going to try and start off as brightly as we can, but Dallison with that tackle. Hessenthaler puts it through to Nichols as well. We've got to be careful. We can get off to a good start, as that's a run from Matthews, and we're 1-0 down within 7 minutes in our first game in charge of Hartlepool. Not the start I would have imagined, but I was just about to say how poorly we've started every team we've been at playing on FIFA 22. It's just the common theme, isn't it? We concede first. It's a brilliant run through the middle of 5 at the back, and we are back in League 2 as it stands with a whimper. But we're not giving up. I'm not going to lie, we're probably favourites to get relegated, but come on, let's give it a go. It's the first bloody shot on target against us, as well as Ferguson into Houlihan right here. We're going to try and instantly reply. That's a great back heel into Bury, and Glenn Morris with an amazing save. That could have been the instant reply, but we just didn't get it. Great stop by the keeper, who's going to try a set-piece tactic. Run near post, please, boys. Can we get a header? We've got 5 big defenders as Morris saves again. It's another one from the Crawley keeper. Let's try no tactic. Houlihan, can this one work? It's in, and oh! It's just wide. Chance for the equaliser was on, as Goodwin turns with the ball right here. Can he just pass that short? He can into Shelton. As Shelton with the arm strap on right there. Dodgy tackle from them. We're going to get a lot more of those in this division, as Houlihan gives that back into Goodwin. We're going to go and try it around them this time, and Shelton fires us back level. What a first game in League 2. This is much more exciting than the previous teams. Welcome to lower tier football. End-to-end stuff, as Jack Shelton is our first goal scorer in Hartlepool colours. And it is a great finish. Glenn Morris has made quite a few saves, to be fair. We've put pressure on that keeper, and it's paid off. The central midfielder fires it into the top bin. Very happy with that one, as Featherstone straight on it again. Houlihan with a pass forward. He's going to get it again now, and it goes around the corner into left wing back Ferguson. It is literally all us. We're back to League 2, and can Shelton get another? Ooh! I tell you what, this team is lively. It's a bit of a poor start, but jeez, we've stepped it up, as Matthews now. What's he going to do with it? He just drops it off to Jake Hessenthaler. Don't let them get a goal back. as Liddell, the main centre-back, in the back three with a block right there. And Bury, he has a bit of pace. Jake Essenthaler surely through the back of us right there, but no, the ex-Grimsby man himself gets away with a bad tackle there as Nichols puts one over the top. It's Ferry. Ferry around us. He's just onside, but the ball goes out of play. And it's Jack Shelton again with the ball at his feet. He is dominating proceedings to start us off with, as the passes are good ones right here. It's Shelton again. He's going to give it into Goodwin. Goodwin with the overlap of Houlihan. This is good football. We've got the left wing back out wide. Cross it. Can the cross work? That's going towards Bury. Over the bar. It happens soon enough as... Oh my days, thought they'd handballed it. Tried to skill us on. And Francis Angol with the read right there. We've got 9 minutes of this first half left. Can we try and get something back from this? It's been an entertaining one, I tell you that. As Houlihan on to Goodwin, looking forward. Goodwin, I want a little bit more from him out of both strikers. I did expect a bit more from him. As Houlihan through the middle right there as well. Bury doing all the running, but we're going to get this into Houlihan. Houlihan round the corner, chip it in. Goodwin on the move there, doesn't get to it. Houlihan with the ball here. We've got 2 minutes left. Featherstone into Goodwin. That's a good cut away into Houlihan right here. Can it actually happen again before half-time? That's a good ball into Goodwin. Goodwin has the run of the right wing-back Sterry over the top. That's a ball inside the box. And Houlihan puts this wide, but a very promising first 45 minutes from our Hartlepool boys. I've got to say, I have been personally impressed, especially with him. Mark Shelton, I think I've been saying his name wrong. Promising stuff to build upon. I'm very surprised it's still level as well, as no changes at half-time from us. I am going to get them going later on, though, because we do want to see how the team does without signings, because, of course, I am going to make some signings. I am not that thick to just leave them away, but if the team can do okay on their own, it's not bad as well. As Goodwin, we're sneaking forward up the field. Dallison with a rough challenge, but we've still come away with the ball. Houlihan threads one through there. Goodwin, he gets clipped a little bit, but we're still going to keep on going. Will Goodwin? This is good football. We're keeping the ball into the back post. Headed away. But you can see every player of ours, apart from our keeper, in their half. We are taking the game to Crawley. As Ferguson with a touch right there into Houlihan. We've got the run behind. It's Shelton again. Drops it off. Goodwin with a shot. Hits bodies. Handballs are on, as it didn't hit a hand right there as well. Almost a goal, but still can't get it. As Featherstone, big round of applause for the captain, who's staying at the club with a good tackle as he's got the ball in the middle here. It's Featherstone. He goes from range. Morrison with the save. What a save that is as well. As the first change is going to be made. Olamola is coming on for Goodwin. And hang on. I'm pretty sure the keeper just did save that. Nothing given for us though, which I think is very poor refereeing right there. As now Powell, he's got around us and he's just hitting that into the side netting. Maybe a little bit of frustration in that as, oh dear, a big mistake there from Mitchell. Can we try and get in front of this ball now? That's quite bad what we've done there. Matthews bottles it a bit. Liddell's on the deck. And we have managed to get that away. But you can see mistakes are still going to be part of this game. We're a new team to this division. As Bury waiting for the run over the top. But we couldn't even put it over. It's Jack Powell on the ball right here as well, who puts the ball into Franco. And they've gone to the edge of the box. Matthews is the danger man. Passes it to Mark Shelton though. And Olamola, I'll say your name a little bit more right this time, as it's out wide to Houlihan. Houlihan to cut inside. Olamola making the run through. The ex-Scunthorpe player tries to take the ball in his stride. Get a shot off right there. And it's a good save from the old man Morrison. As this game's getting exciting again. Smith to come on for the captain, who's going to get a bit of a rest, because I do want him appearing against Sheffield Wednesday. Is going to whip this ball in. Houlihan, can it hit ahead? No, Tunnicliffe away, but it's going to fall to Francis Angol. Bury in the box. Bury with a shot. Another save. This really, really should be a win. Literally one good ball they've played all game, and it's set their striker through for a goal, which is quite annoying, but We've just got to try and forget about it. That's great tackle from Smith, you know, who's just come on. Gives us the possession back. It's Bury onto Olamola. Turns out Mark Shelton here with it. And we're going to get this out wide into Sterry. Whips one in towards the back post where Bury was waiting. Run inside right here and Morris does catch. Come on, last 10 minutes. As Odusina, the defender with the pass. That's not a good one, but it still falls back to us. And you can see fullbacks coming forward. Olamola to put a ball out wide. Please keep that in. He does. Jack Sterry now into Mark Shelton. Shelton onto Olamola again. And Smith fits that through the gap. Bury, man's hit the deck. Olamola with a shot. 5 minutes now. Header one. It is all pool in this game as now Sterry has to give it back to Smith. Into Olamola, lets the ball across, falls to Houlihan on the edge. And it's hit his own player. He was even offside in the end as, hang on, Burry's won his header. Olamola's on the end of this one, and what can he do? Can he bring the team forward? Last change has been made. Matt Daly on the field. He gets a pass across into Houlihan, who's opening his body out. Francombe with a chest. And I was hoping that would have hit a hand. Still the pressure goes on them. Matt Daly, get there, mate. That's good. But the final whistle does go, and it's a 1-1 draw to start our League 2 campaign off with. And you know what? I've got to say it's a good draw. We should have won the game easily. I know that from playing that. But we'll take a point, and we are the newcomers to the league. Probably people didn't expect that. Good point. And I think that game does mean we need to make more signings as the EFL Cup gets underway. The Carabao is going to start with us against Sheffield Wednesday. I mean, we are unbeaten in competition games, not friendlies, of course. They were terrible, but we are unbeaten. As it's talking about Ferguson's training going up. That's very nice, getting a +1 to a player already is something we want to do. As another thing I don't really want to do, but has to be done for today, is end the episode right here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode number 1 of the Hartlepool career mode. Hopefully you're in it for the long term, because this career mode is hopefully going to be our biggest and best. We want to sign the next message. We want to sign everyone. Basically everyone. You're going to see me wearing this a lot more, and you're going to hopefully see some domination in due course. Like, comment, share and subscribe with the notification bell as well. Always say that. Of course, if you're new around here, make sure that subscription is clicked. That big blue button or red button, whatever it is, down there. It's up to you guys what colour you make it. I'm going to stop waffling, and I will see you all in a bit. Take care. Bye-bye. And peace.